Hello YouTube, welcome to an episode of Kitchen Counter Electronics Unboxing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just right here because I have to prep dinner. So, so I can have some food later. You can see all of the goodness in there. Let's remove all of this. Whoa. Was not expecting that. Explosive power cord. At least it came with one, that's good. Let's see. By the way, yeah, like I said in previous video, I was in fact prepping a little PowerPC project. As you can see, it is a PowerPC notebook. Well, you don't know yet, but all you know. Anyway, Delta Electronics doesn't actually have a wattage on it. It's usually listed somewhere on these Apple adapters, but oh right. It is a 65 watt. Alright. I know the lighting is shit, by the way. Apologies for that. We'll zoom in a bit. Let's just get the nitty gritty out of there. Alright. Now we are talking. This is a late 2005 Apple PowerBook G4 15-inch. And I'm just inspecting it real quick. It's one, two, just two little, or three little scratches on the top. Other than that, it seems to be pretty mint. On the right-hand side of the notebook, we find all kinds of good stuff. Let me just get the video light in here just for some extra lighting. Yeah, that's helping a lot. Got USB 2.0 here, FireWire 400, FireWire 800, Gigabit Ethernet, S-Video DVI, nothing on the back. On the left-hand side of the notebook, we find the 56K modem, the charging port, USB 2.0, audio in, audio out, PC MCIA slot, and that is it. On the front we have the latch, and this little bit here is busted a little bit, probably because someone replaced the hard drive in this or something else along the way. I'll bend that back once I replace the hard drive in this as well. Alright. Latch still works. Oh yeah, take a look at that. By the way, I have to keep an eye on the food in the meantime a little bit, so I'll step out of the frame sometimes, but that doesn't really matter. This thing needs a little bit of a cleanup. I mean, if you take a closer look here, it's a little bit dirty here on the palm rest. Keyboard is in mint condition, absolutely no wear, and this is absolutely my favorite keyboard ever made. These are so good. And it's the actual US keyboard layout as well, with a small enter key. Typical Dutch keyboards always have the large enter key that also includes the, the pipe key here. So yeah, I just keep coming back to these machines. I don't know why. They're just, these are my favorite Apple laptops, I guess. I always thought it was the iBook G4, but I just keep coming back to the PowerBooks instead. Because of their this design, I like it very much. They're just very likable machines overall. I just really wanted to get another one. I saw this one advertised for 50 euros, and I just had to have it because it's the top of the line model. It has the high-res display, airport, Bluetooth 2.0, 1.67 gigahertz G4, 1.5 gigs of RAM. I'm going to upgrade that to 2 gigabytes. Probably later in the video, or maybe I'll reserve that for the moment when I'm actually going to upgrade the hard drive as well. But yeah, it appears to be in very, very nice condition overall. Let's just see if it actually works. Okay, battery's dead. That's good. Well, not really good, but I guess I should have expected that. That's no biggie though. By the way, the power cord, or the power adapter, actually comes with the extension cord. If the audio is a bit all over the place, I'm sorry. As you know, my microphone is dead as the dodo. It's really starting to smell like butter in here. Love that butter. There we go. And no, you should not do this in the kitchen. It's a very bad idea. Okay, my butter is ready. So I'll be right back. Alright, so that pretty much was the unboxing part. As you can hear, I'm fully into the cooking process right now. So yeah, I can't really focus on the video right now. We'll be right back after I have finished eating my dinner. And then we'll take a look at how well the machine is working. For now, I'm just going to press this button, see if it posts. Haven't heard anything yet. I pressed the button, but I haven't seen anything happen yet. Yep, okay, that's good. It didn't post, it was silent, but... Alright, so either the hard drive is dead, or there is no operating system. I believe this does not have an OS, so... at least it's working, we know that. So I'll get back after dinner and then we'll take a more in-depth tour of this machine. Stay tuned for that. Alright, we're back here. We're now filming by hand because I have to show you the mess that I'm working on here. There's the Inspire 9300, there's some Bolenia PowerBook generic thing. I was scavenging the machines for RAM, and as it turns out, this kind of memory, PC6400, does not really want to work. It doesn't downclock at all. It just refuses to boot. It gives you the 3 LEDs, I think. That's the code. This is the RAM that's out of it. Of course, it's PC2 4200 because these machines take 533 megahertz DDR2. I put in a DIMM of 533 that was already in there and one of 667, so PC5300, and that seems to work just fine. At least I heard the optical drive make some noise, so... That's good, because I want to install a copy of macOS 10 Leopard. I've got the fancy box, you see, little glitter effect there. And some other stuff as well. Mainly iLife 06 here, and the rest is just regular restored discs and shit, so. And a copy of iWork, I think, but I'll install the rest of what I need over the network from my NAS. For now, let's just... see if it will take the disk. So I have to wait for it to post, I think. There we go. Hold down the C key, because it doesn't make any noise when it boots up. Let's see if it will boot from the Leopard disk. I'm just looking around on the keyboard here in the machine, and it seems to be very good. There's direct light on it, so it will not show the backlit keyboard. But yep, it is in fact taking the Leopard disk. By the way, the display seems to be in very decent condition. I see some blackness here. It's on the viewfinder as well, but it's also here on the display a little bit of a black spot here. But other than that, it seems to be just fine. There's also a little bit of a dark spot here. It's just, like one gradient of gray, darker than the rest of the display. You can see here in the viewfinder that there's a little bit of wear here on the touchpad. Spacebar key is a little bit of wear here. But other than that, as you can see, the keyboard isn't all that worn, really. Doesn't seem like this machine was used a hell of a lot, or maybe it was just used as the desktop, with the keyboard attached and everything and the lid closed. Who knows? Because I rarely see PowerBook G4s in this good of a condition in terms of display and keyboard and palm rest wear. I mean, the palm rest is a bit dirty, it's not really worn, so I'll just give that a good clean. I'll fix this little bump here. Other than that, this thing is pretty much mint. It is B Bishop PCM certified mint condition, nearly. Of course, condition with a K. But, yeah. It's going to take a while to boot from this DVD. It's got dual layer super drive and everything, but it's still going to take a little bit of a while. I'm wondering whether the hard drive is in fact still in here, because I didn't actually hear it start up or anything, so it must be a very quiet drive. Oh wow, never mind. It's actually showing something. Let me just get this thing on a tripod real quick, because this is kind of weird. There we go. Let me just jack that up just a little bit, if I can. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. We're going places, guys. Alright, look at that. We can turn the video light off now, I think. Ah, yes, the horrible quality. Well, this PowerBook we're going to be setting up in English for a change. By the way, let me turn off the lights real quick so I can see whether the display, or, well, the backlit keyboard is actually working. So let's zoom in on that. Well, doesn't seem to do much now, does it? Well, maybe it's not responding because we're in installer still. I guess we'll have to wait for the OS to load for that. We'll take a look at that later. For now, let's just go to utilities. You've all seen the setup of freaking OS 10, I think, but let's just see what happens. Battery is, of course, stone dead. It's gonna hit me for actually clicking that thing, I think. Well, I can't actually do anything with that. That's good. HDMI drive, 60 gigabyte. So yeah, there actually has been, someone has been in this machine. Because this machine originally did not have a Hitachi 60 gigabyte drive, HDMI drive. I'm assuming they pulled this from a external hard drive, I think. Because it's also, it has a master boot record on it. I'm just guessing that they wanted to save their data and just decided to put that drive in. Explains why there is this that weird protruded piece of metal sticking out of the front of the latch mechanism. Because the latch is actually relatching now because of that thing being bulged out a little bit. But I'll get that fixed. Anyway, let's see. Macintosh HD. Alright, that seems to be working. Options, Apple partition map, because we're dealing with some powered PC. Feel the power of this PC. Now coming to a cinema near you. It's the most powerful PC you've ever seen. It's so powerful, it's actually a Mac. Yeah. Yeah, that's overdone. I'm sorry, but yeah. Okay. Continue. Let's customize the shit out of this thing. Language translations. We don't need any of those. Well, it's allowed to install Dutch just in case I want to switch. X11, yeah, we don't need additional fonts. I'll never be hooking this up to our printer because it's actually a Wi-Fi printer. I don't think it supports Leopard at all. It's some Canon Pixma piece of crap, but it works. So yeah. Okay, so so far so good. At least the machine is working. I've got the 2 gigabytes of RAM installed. I don't actually think we can, no. We're just gonna let this sit and install, and I'll come back after this is done so we can see our first boot of OS X Leopard. At least I hope so, because I'm actually gonna take a shower, and I'll be right back, and I'll whip it out for you. Nah, I'm just kidding. We're just gonna sit here and watch it install. No, we're not. I'll be right back, and hopefully I'll be back in time to show you guys, of course, the first boot, which is always somewhat magical on all Macs running Snow Leopard and older. Stay tuned. Oh yes, it isn't finally done. So let's restart and see what happens. I'm curious for sure. There's this red ominous glow coming out of the audio out, so either something is busted with the audio or it is simply muted. Who knows? We're gonna find out live on video. I'm gonna hold the mouse button so it can eject the disk while it is power cycling, which it is doing right now. Okay. Come on, guy, you can do it. It's trying to boot from the DVD, pretty sure. But I want it to spit the DVD out. There we go. And now we are in fact booting from the hard drive. So in the meantime, I can restore the DVD of Leopard. Really like having a physical copy and a legit copy of Leopard, because I don't have any dual layer DVDs. Like, not a single one. I hate burning that shit. I mean, I have a PowerPC restore image stored on my NAS that I can restore from a USB stick, but that still requires me to boot a Leopard DVD or, at the very least, a sort of updated Tiger DVD in order to properly work. But oh well. That Hitachi drive is making all the right noises. It's one of those terrible travel star drives, I think. It'll be definitely swapped out. So yeah, there we go. It's going to play the sound, hopefully. Nope, it appears that sound is muted or completely dead. No? What? Okay. It's doing something, but... I have no volume control. That's weird. Well, I guess the onboard audio's fucked on this. I'm just assuming that the guy that actually tore the hard drive out of this was actually an amateur that just ravaged something in there that broke some shit. But we're not getting the music, unfortunately. I'll have to dig into system preferences to see what we can do about that. For now, we're just going to go through the setup. By the way, the screen is super crisp. I mean, it is a high-resolution display. It's 1440 by 960. Yes, I do own a Mac, but don't transfer information. And yeah. So the sound being dead is sort of a sad thing, I guess. I'm not going to fill in any of that. Skip. I'm not going to be using a password. And that will be it for now. I'll do some troubleshooting and I'll get back to you once I know a bit more, and if I can't figure it out, we'll make an ending of the video there. Alright, it is time for the verdict. So far what I have been able to find is that, one, the latch is broken, which is not really a big deal, and secondly, the speakers are actually, well, the speakers themselves are not broken, but, well, I've opened the machine up, which means you have to take out these two torque screws here, and pretty much all the screws around the laptop. You remove the top case and you can work inside. I've inspected all the cables that lead from the speakers to the audio board. I can't actually get to the audio board itself because it seems to be hidden under something. I didn't really feel like doing a full disassembly of the machine just to find out where the cable was going. I'm just going to assume that the audio cable somewhere is broken. Don't know where. For now, I'm not going to bother with it. I'm just going to leave it as is. I mean, it works fine if you plug in headphones or even USB audio. It works perfectly fine. And even internal microphone works and all that. So that's not really a biggie. Might look into that in the future. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like it is. Keyboard backlighting works just fine. Let me just show you real quick. Yeah, gotta love that. So that's good as well. So overall, how satisfied am I with this buy? Quite satisfied, actually. I mean, I knew that cosmetically it was in pretty good condition, and it is. I've been able to bend this thing here. See if we can get that in the light. As you can see, it's not really bulging out all that much anymore. So I've been able to almost fix that. It's not really bothering me that much anymore right now, as it is. The keyboard is perfect, trackpad is perfect, scrolling works and all that stuff. Display is bright as hell for what it is. Everything seems to be working fine. The machine is pretty snappy, actually. So, before we leave, let's do something that has pretty much always been the Achilles heel of the PowerPC Mac. Let's try to watch a YouTube video using the Stainless browser, which is not up to date, but it will do the job. So let's go there. This is pretty much a fork of Chrome from a long time ago. Alright. Funny thing, the show it on video is actually pretty laggy. Christ, come on. I just saw a video that I wanted to watch, and now it's just fucking me over big time. There we go. That one. It was working fine yesterday, so... Well, maybe I actually used the meter to browse the video, I don't know. I don't think I tried it in Stainless yet, so let's find out. First, let's just give it some time to buffer everything on the screen. So we can go full screen now. And we're gonna leave it at 360p, full screen. Let's see if it will run. Well, we don't have sound, that's pretty normal. But as you can see, the video is perfectly smooth. It's not jumping about at 360p. The G4 really hates YouTube a lot. It doesn't even skip all that much when you're trying to do something with it in the meantime. So that's pretty good. So the PowerBook G4 is in great working condition technically, aside from its speakers. So that pretty much is the conclusion of this video. This was the unboxing and overview of the PowerBook G4 late 2005 1.67 gigahertz model with 2 gigs of RAM, a crummy old 60 gig Hitachi Travel Star, and yeah, all the good stuff. Hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.